there's another gust coming through. This weather is crazy. The wind is rocking.
The buses are rocking, don't come a knocking!
Wow. Cheers. Alright, welcome to the channel. This is Truck Camper Cooking. I am in Southwest Utah, going to whip up some really good food tonight. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a walk around, and then we can get right into the cooking. So let's check out my camper. Tonight we are going to be focusing on a delicious meal, so let's get inside, let's get to cooking. Alright, this is the inside of my DIY aluminum truck camper. I have built out a kitchen with a sink. I have a couch bed behind myself. This is truly turned into one of my most enjoyable creations. I really love the interior and the exterior of this. I am happy to be sharing it with you guys. I have a passion for cooking and a passion for building things with my hands. So this whole combination is pretty much a dream come true. So let's get into some cooking. I'm going to get some things out, and then we can go over what we're going to be making tonight. Quite a lot of things here. I am going to keep getting things organized. I have a butane stove here. I have another butane stove that I will use for this ceramic rice pot. I have a little stand for that. So let's continue to organize and we'll get everything ready. I really like this small butane stove. It's pretty sweet how compact it folds down to. It is still quite windy outside. This is a very cool little grill grate, and I use it on top of the butane stove here to work with the ceramic rice pot. So this is the ceramic rice pot. It is called a Donabe, and it is a Japanese, basically a Japanese rice cooker. I don't know too much about it. I do really enjoy it. I find it to be a very interesting and fun way to cook rice in a camper like this. So I'm going to set it on this grill grate. I do have a liner. Now I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's get some hands washed first and wipe down the counter. I know I have stuff on it and I know I've touched things already, but that's quite all right. Let's go ahead and wash the hands. Having a sink in the camper is a game changer. All right, hands are clean. Let's get this counter clean. One thing I didn't know how much I would like having in the camper is a trash can. It looks like the wind passed. There is some crazy weather going on in the desert here of Utah. Alright, so we can get a few things started. The main burner I'm going to use for some veggies and meat. I'm basically just going to cook up some tacos tonight. So I'm going to have some rice cooking in this ceramic rice pot. Have a fry pan for the veggies and meat. So let's get the rice started, then we can cut up the veggies, get those started. Hopefully the wind noise is not too bad for you guys. There's another gust coming through. This weather is crazy. Cannot forget about the Modelo. Cheers. The wind is rocking. Wow. I'm gonna wait for this wind to die down, then I'll be right back. Alright, so I do have the side window, the back window, and the vent fan running. So I feel good about the fumes from the butane stoves. So let's get this first stove started. So this is a slightly different setup than the last time. I have the pot on the grill, and I'm trying the stove straight on the counter this time. I'm gonna see how hot it gets. Previously, I was having the stove on this hot pad, but I think there's enough air gap here to not make the counter too hot, and I like how there's more of a gap from the burner to the pot itself. As with all this, it is a learning experience. I will adjust based on how it goes. So let's get some of the veggies cut up and started in the fry pan. This is actually a Japanese sweet potato, so that's pretty cool. Got the Japanese ceramic pot going and a Japanese sweet potato. So I'm going to make some tacos tonight. Extra virgin olive oil. We are in southwest Utah in one of my favorite cliffside camp spots. The weather forecast says there's no rain on the prediction, but there is some wind, and I was driving today from Colorado to Utah, and I had one of the strongest headwinds I've ever experienced. It was about 40 miles an hour with the camper. Even though it is not that big, I was driving about 50-55 miles an hour on the highway, which was a bit slow, but hey, rather be safe than sorry, and you can always get to your destination when you get there. Alright, let's get some salt and pepper on these veggies. I love this 3D printed spice rack that I made. Most of what you see in the interior of this camper is still a work in progress. Still learning how the space functions together. Get some garlic powder. And some cumin. I love cumin on taco dishes like this. Keeping an eye on this rice. I am getting used to the setup and the propane stove with the rice pot. I don't know the optimal heat setting, but I'm keeping it on a low medium and keeping my eye on it. I want the rice to steam inside, start to see steam come out, but the last thing I want to do is put too much heat. So I'm going to try and keep a close eye on it. Picked up this steak at a natural grocer's. Excited to see how it is. It's a ribeye. And I'm just making some steak and vegetable tacos tonight. I'm gonna get some salt and pepper on this steak. Wow, we are still getting blown around by this wind. Nothing like some cliffside, windy camping, being secure in the hard-sided DIY aluminum truck camper. I love this thing. We are cooking up steak, veggies. We're gonna make some tacos with rice, some hot sauce. Got a Modelo in hand. It's a good day. Nice mild salsa. Usually I would go for a medium, but that's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat now and let it residually cook. Ooh, that's looking good. Man, that wind is howling. Alright, let the steak rest. I'm gonna get these veggies off. Then I can heat up some tortillas and make some tacos. Now I am a firm believer in heating up your tortillas, especially ones that are flour or corn, you know, anything. I think it really helps to finish cooking it, basically, make them nice and warm and ready. Stove back to low medium, and we will get these tortillas nice and ready. I think I did have a good ratio of water to rice this time. Cooking in my camper with a view of some mountains and valleys and canyons here in southwest Utah, making some steak tacos inside the camper. It's really incredible. I have a passion for cooking, and being able to cook in an environment like this inside the camper with some amenities, I'm very, very pleased with it. That tortilla is looking real nice. Get some thin slices going here. Having this ceramic rice pot is so cool. Being able to make rice in a portable sense like this in the camper is not something I would have imagined. I would have expected an electric kettle pot or some type of stove top rice cooker situation with a actual pot, but this standalone ceramic pot is really neat. Boy, do these look good. Make sure I get all these veggies. And most importantly, my favorite hot sauce. This is a jalapeno pepper sauce, Arizona Gunslinger. I find it to be a very flavorful yet still spicy sauce. Big fan of the jalapeno flavor. And just like that, we have some steak tacos in the truck camper. I'm very excited for these. Might make just a bit of a mess. Very happy with that. Really good combination of flavor. I do think the sweet potato adds a nice touch to the taco. The hot sauce comes through, the salsa, sour cream. Steak is very nice. Alright, I'm going to eat this up and get back with you guys in a minute and show you how I clean up in here. I find that scrapping your plates and everything makes hand washing in a sink like this much simpler. All I really want going down it is water and soap. And keep in mind, this is biodegradable soap. Got my Tupperware. And I should be able to lift out this whole rice thing and pour it in. That worked out pretty well. Now I have some nice leftovers of steak and rice for tomorrow. I really like this thing. Someday I will make a campfire where, when a fire is allowed, and cook up some steak or hamburgers over the fire. I think this will be really nice for that. I really like how compact these stoves can get, and this stove was probably 10 or 15 bucks on Amazon. By the way, pretty much all of this equipment, I have a short list in the description, so if you are curious about any of these pieces, I do have Amazon links. Feel free to check them out. One thing to keep in mind with this biodegradable soap is to only use a few drops. Alright, just like that, the place is cleaned up. So, all that's left for me to do is make the bed from couch to bed mode, and I'm gonna go catch some rest. So, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is really beautiful outside. Sunrise is coming up. I'm gonna get some lights on, convert the couch back into a couch from bed. Currently don't have any switches for these lights, so I just use the fuse block itself, which is a good temporary solution. But I will be wiring in switches. I didn't convert it into a full bed last night. I just did one of the cushions. Basically extends out and then back in. It's a very simple setup. It'll work easier once I have actual cushion covers. Just like that. Now I have it in couch mode. Obviously it's not perfect, but it is a very nice dual purpose space that I really enjoy. myself so found that I haven't needed my sleeping bag up here. In the evening last night it was probably mid 80s to 80, and then overnight it dropped down to 70 and about 65 degrees. This is all Fahrenheit. So just having the windows open, letting the breeze come in, sleeping on top of my blanket. I do have one blanket. That kept me plenty warm. It's so beautiful out. Very happy to be camping here and get to experience this and share it with you guys. Well, I'm not going to be hanging around camp too long today. I have a drive back to California, so I'm going to be packing up and hitting the road. I just wanted to film a little bit this morning to show you guys the sunrise, but I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. And if you do enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. If you don't, let me know down in the comments. And if you have any questions about the camper or my journey, let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to answer. Hope you guys have a great day.